So I just need you to pick the term that works best for you, Ralph, and we'll get your new Kia ready for delivery.
You know, the 48-month term, I like the flexibility of being short-term, paying the car for 4 years. However, you know, $13,000 I don't believe is, I'm actually pretty sure that I can get a lot more money for that car on my own. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to grab your card, I'm going to list the car for sale myself, and as soon as I sell it, I'll call you, come back and purchase the car.
Okay. You know, Ralph, that may very well be the right thing to do. Okay? Heck, there's not a soul in this county that doesn't know that they could probably sell the car for more than any dealer's going to give them. The key is, if you can net more than we're willing to buy it for, I would not only encourage you to sell it yourself, I would help you sell it yourself. Okay? But before you leave, could I share with you just a couple things our customers who have gone down this road have shared with us? Look, number one, you got to prepare your car for sale. And I'll show you how to do that in a few minutes. And I'll show you the most economical way to do it. Number two, and this is where I might be able to help you, and I'm not a charitable fellow, Ralph. I'd only help you in an effort to get your car sold faster so you could get back here faster, okay? You need to write a great ad. Okay, the internet's changed a lot of different things. One of the things it's changed is it makes it really easy for someone to, you know, punch in 2011 Kia Sorento and have about 200 of them pop up. Okay, so your ad has got to stand out. It's got to be better than everybody else's, and I can help you do that. Okay, because the ad is what drives phone calls, and you want hundreds of phone calls. And by the way, do not count on voicemail. You want to put your cell phone number in there, and you want to be picking that thing up every time. Because what happens if somebody's looking for a car and they get voicemail, they just hang up and go to the next one because there's so many of them for sale. So answer all the calls. Now, if you get 200 calls, you're allowed to get 10 people to come and see you. Let me tell you how this works, okay? 200 people call you. You're not going to be able to answer every one of them, so some people aren't going to call you back, some people aren't going to leave messages. If 120 get through to you, maybe 40 or 50 will have an interest after they talk to you. Then maybe 30 will make an appointment with you. Then maybe 15 will show up, maybe. Okay, that's the way it works with us. That's the way it works with anybody selling anything on the internet. Now, when they come see you, be very, very careful. Okay, it used to be that the best way to steal a car was to go out after midnight with a ski mask on and a Slim Jim. Well, with all the chips in the keys, with all the anti-theft devices on cars, that's changed completely. The thieves have a way better way to do it these days. What they do is they get up on Sunday morning, they light a cigarette, make a pot of coffee, and peruse the cars for sale on the internet. Pick out the one that they would like most to steal. Then they call someone who willingly invites them over to their home. And they show up. By the way, they look completely normal. They're not wearing a mask like Zorro did. They have a driver's license, which is completely fake, by the way. And they got a $100 bill they'll willingly hand you to allow them to drive the car. The $100 bill won't be any good, but you probably don't have one of those markers that all the grocery stores and liquor stores do. When you hand them a big bill, they mark it to see if it's real. And what happens is you, after 3 or 4 hours, realize they're not coming back. And here's where it gets a little goofy. You call the Georgia Highway Patrol and you report your car stolen, and they say, how was it stolen? And you mention that you handed them the keys. And they let you know you can't even report it stolen for 24 hours. Which, by the way, you can be on a boat heading towards Colombia.
That's a true statement. I don't think you can report it stolen at all.
No, you can, but you just have to wait. By the time you wait, it's heading towards Colombia, where it's worth about 10 times what it's worth here. Okay? Hey, just be careful. Make sure you ride with everyone. You'll sell your car. Make no mistake about it. You'll sell it more than once. Now, what do I mean by that? People are going to shake your hand, look you dead in the eye, and say, well, we'll take it, Ralph. But a car in your price range is going to require financing. They're not always going to be able to get it, and sadly, they don't even have the common courtesy to call you and let you know that they're not going to come back. But you will sell it. Once you do, make sure you verify the funds. The big thing right now is counterfeit certified checks. I've gotten 2 of them. I listed some stuff on Craigslist. And twice actually 4 times, but twice I took them up on it. People said, look, we'll buy your stuff. If you'll hold it for 3 days, I'll give you another $250. And by the way, I'm going to have a shipper come and get it. I'm just going to send you the money for the shipper, so when it gets there, well, when the check gets there, just call the shipper and send them their money, then they'll come and get it. Well, I read up on the scams. I got 2 great-looking certified checks. I took them both to the bank. And I said, hey, can you verify these funds? And both times the bank looked at it and said, don't have to. They're fake. The banker can tell it, we can't. So make sure you either get cash or you do the exchange at a bank. And lastly, on the front end, you want to get a ton of phone calls. On the back end, you don't want to get any more phone calls, because once you deliver that car, you never want to hear from them again, because nobody ever calls you up after you sold them a car and says, thank you, it's a great car. Don't want you to fix something, but hey, for the right amount of money, it's worth all that pain, Ralph. I'm going to guess you'd ask about 16 grand for it, right? Okay? Now, Ralph, the kind of people shop on the internet, you reckon they're looking to pay the most they can for a car, or are they looking for a bargain?
Bargain.
Bargain, sure. They're going to ask you for a discount. Take this scenario. It takes us 30 to 60 days to sell a car. It's probably going to take you at least 30, maybe 45 days. 45 days from now, you've got somebody in your driveway who has just test driven the car, you in the backseat the entire time, of course, and they said, we love it. It's a nice young couple, and you're a little skeptical by this time because you've heard that before. And they say, hold on just a second. They go back to their car, and they pull out a bag of money, and they've got real cash. And these people are totally legit. Your car has been sold, hallelujah. They say, we'll give you 15 grand for it, which is 2 grand more than we can buy it for. Would you take it?
Sure.
Of course you would. So you do what anybody in their right mind would do. You'd give them a small discount, which means you would sell for 15 grand, which is 2 grand more than we can buy it for. And dude, for 2 grand, I'd go through that pain right there. However, you get top dollar, it's going to have to be in pretty nice shape. Okay, it's going to need tires. What do you think you'll spend putting tires on it? Because the first thing someone looks at is what
Tires.
them little feet look like, okay? What do you think you have to pay for tires? And let's don't put the best on there either. Remember, you're not going to drive this car anymore. Could you
About 50 piece.
okay, well, you know what? I bet you you can find them for less than that. Let's say it's $1.25. What's that? $500? Okay. Ding and dent, you got them, but forget it. If you're going to discount it, don't worry about it. However, it does have to look really, really good, because that's the number 1 reason someone buys a car. Number 2 is tires. Number 1 is how it looks. You'll want to get it detailed for maybe $100 somewhere, and then if it takes you 4 weeks, you'll probably spend $25 a week, running through the car wash, because you'll probably want to run it the car wash each time someone's coming over to see it. Okay, so let's say it's $200. You got that thing on the bumper, but let's see if you can get away with that. Again, you're selling the car. You don't want to spend any more than you have to. Advertising, Craigslist is free, but Craigslist is also a ticket to trouble. MSNBC ran there was an article by MSNBC not too long ago. I actually show customers this. It's Craigslist, a ticket to robbery. I mean, it's a dangerous way to do it. AutoTraderCars.com. I think it's $69, $70. I'll put them on there. Mostly legit people looking there. So spend $70. And I don't think you need to spend any more than that. However, you probably will have to make on the car payment of $330. So do me a quick favor, add this up. 500, 200, 70, and $330.
1100.
Which means you net $900. You know what I'd do for $900? I'd sell the car myself. But if you did that and you came back here, you'd be in for an unpleasant surprise. Actually, be in for an unpleasant surprise anywhere you went to buy a car. Because what you would be missing, multiply 13,000 times 6.75%.
877.50.
You would miss out on the tax break, which means you would, by going through all that trouble, you'd net $23.50. Ralph, I'd sell my car for $2 grand. I'd sell it for $900. I got a feeling neither one of us would sell it for $23.50. Am I right? Let me joke here right here so we can get you ready for delivery. little bit more organized way of going through it. By the way, did I tell the truth the entire time? Who would, in the right mind, would fucking sell it to themselves? People think they can put it in the paper and someone will come over and buy it the next day for 16 grand. And by the way, try to control this number. Don't say, what would you ask for it? 27,000? No, sir, you wouldn't. So you ask around 16 for it? I mean, just pick a number that you can make disappear really easily. And you can do that, as you well know.